Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Blazekiller, and today we are back with another video. In today's video, I want to provide y'all with an ultimate and complete guide of making money fast in Lumber Tycoon 2. I'll show you the quickest way that I know of that you can make money in Lumber Tycoon 2 in today's video. And to do that, we're going to utilize a new vehicle that we have here, which is the ATV. This came out in last year's Christmas event. If you don't have an ATV, but you have a snowmobile, please feel free to use that instead. I made a video similar to this one using the snowmobile last year or 2 years ago. If you don't have either of these things, no worries. Just if you have a vehicle and an axe, that's pretty much all you need for today's video. We're going to be going and getting Frostwood, which is the best bang for your buck when it comes to Lumber Tycoon 2 woods. There is one wood in this game that is better, and that is the Phantom wood. But of course, that, if you don't know, requires an eye and requires that you go to the bridge and lower the bridge. It's a whole deal, right? It takes a lot of time, and this is probably going to be the most time efficient way to make the most amount of money in this game. So the fastest method that I knew of previously required the snowmobile, right? So the snowmobile was a really great help in getting Frostwood, and the Frostwood's been in this game for years, right? But previously we didn't have a great way of getting up to the Frostwood area besides using a simple truck. And if you don't have any of these things that I'm talking about, the snowmobile or the ATV, just use a utility vehicle for the purposes of the video. But since we have a new vehicle, and this vehicle has many perks on top of what the snowmobile has. You know, snowmobile is great. It's fast. It drives fast on snow and everything like that. Except the ATV likewise drives fast on snow and on all vehicles for that matter. And the snowmobile had a downside, a major downside, and that was the fact that it could not be rotated very easily or turned very easily, I should say. You can see how slow it is to turn. However, when we use the new ATV vehicle, we're going to turn a lot quicker and sometimes even too fast. You can see right there. So that's going to be something we're going to have to keep in mind when we're using this vehicle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach a trailer to the back of my truck because I want to carry more wood and make more money, right? And using this strategy, you can make around $100,000 in 1 hour, I believe. So this is going to be a really great way for you to make money, even if you already have a decent amount of money. If you're looking to make money, really this strategy I'm showing you right now and then trading with other players are probably the two ways that I would advise you if you're trying to get rich in this game. And I made a whole video about trading, so go watch that, or at least buying and selling and avoiding scams. So go watch that. I'll link that on the screen right now. So I think another hard part of this tutorial is going to be actually getting, this process is getting the ATV vehicle inside of your trailer or your car. However, you can see it's not actually that difficult. It is a bit heavy, but not terribly heavy. Then go grab yourself a few pieces of dynamite. You can grab yourself one, but if you want to be safe, go grab yourself 2 or 3 pieces, and you can get dynamite over the bridge over there in Bob's shack. So go look that up if you don't know how to get there, but I'm assuming most of you do know how to get up there or over there to Bob's shack to get some dynamite. Okay, and then if you have a frost axe, given that we're going to get frostwood and the frost axe is the best axe for chopping down frostwood, go pick up a frost axe and bring that on your way here. If you don't, I don't have one on me. I'm just using a blue steel axe, I believe this is right. Okay, so then at this point, we are at the boulders, right? What you're going to do to blow up these boulders, if you don't know, is place your piece of dynamite in the middle area of where the boulders are and open it, detonate it, and then run away because it could kill you if you stand too close to it. Also, make sure your vehicles are far away too, because those could likewise get flung. Sometimes not every one of the boulders actually becomes detonated, as you can see here. Most of the time, though, it's going to detonate it at least enough for you to drive through. If it's not, though, use your second or third piece of dynamite for that purpose. The reason why I told you to bring 3, not 2, is because the rocks actually might close back in while you are doing this process over here, so that you know, you're going to want to have another one on hand just in case the rocks do close you in here. Okay, at this step, I don't see myself needing the dynamite right now, so I'm just going to put it generally right here, and I'm going to take my ATV out of this trailer. And a great feature, just like the snowmobile, is you can actually manipulate it in the sense that you can rotate it around, and it's super great. So if it flips over or something like that, then you can rotate it back and on its side. This little hole right here next to this log cabin that I drove next to is where your frostwood's going to come out once it goes down the mountain. So just leave your truck in your trailer in the general vicinity of that hole, and then we're just going to begin our trek actually up the mountain. Here we are at this notorious rock bridge, right? Previously, we used the snowmobile, as I said, but before the snowmobile came out, you can actually drive over this with the utility vehicle. So if you're doing all of this without the snowmobile or the ATV, totally fine. Use your utility vehicle to drive across this. It actually is not too wide to navigate this. However, it can be really, really risky. And if you do flip over in your utility vehicle, or even if you use the truck somehow to get up this, you can rotate your vehicle by using the blueprint method. And I've made a video about that, multiple videos in the past about that, so go watch that if you're curious about how to rotate your vehicle if it flips over in this game. Okay, you can see I'm going pretty slowly, but I'm also trying to be relatively efficient for the sake of the video, and also just so you can know that you can do this pretty efficiently if you're careful and save yourself some time. And we just have one more little bend to go around here. Okay, so now we are here at the Frostwood, or the Taiga Peaks, I think it's called, and we have Frostwood. And the unique thing about Frostwood is it actually slides around when you sawmill it, so it can actually be pretty useful for certain builds. I use it for my ice hockey rink that I have on my base, so it doesn't slide around yet. But what I'm going to be doing with this is essentially just throwing it off the edge. It's not quite an edge, it's really like a slope or a slide, and once it falls down, it's going to slide down and appear somewhere near where our truck is, right? And our trailer is as well, if you brought one of those. And we're just going to be pretty much throwing off as many of these as we can. And as we go down now, you can use your vehicle, if you have one up here, to kind of slide down here. And it can be kind of fun, a little bit weird to... Oh, perfect. We landed upright. That was actually crazy. So as you can see here, my trees are kind of scattered about, but they're all generally around where my truck was placed. So from here, there's actually a couple ways you can do this, probably more than a couple. You can just straight up throw these trees onto your truck and onto your trailer, and you can kind of stack them on top of each other. I like the strategy alternatively of just cutting them up individually. I know it takes more time, so if you want to save yourself some time, that's another way you can do that. So I'm going to cut these trees up, throw them in my trailer and in my truck, and then drive back to my base. Now as you begin putting the wood into the sawmill, you're going to notice the wood's going to make a huge mess, partly because there's a lot of wood, yeah, but another reason because this wood actually does slide around on the ground because it's Frostwood and it's like icy, essentially. So a way you can avoid that is create a little barrier for yourself, a little enclosure maybe, where your wood's not going to fly everywhere. Also, you should reload your truck and reload your trailer before you begin this process, because that way you don't have to take the wood out of, whatever it's inside of, and you can just kind of do as I'm doing right now, and you can see just how fast I am flinging each and every one of these pieces of wood into my sawmill. I'm not even having to rotate anything, I'm just having to rotate my character, if anything at all, or rotate, or I guess adjust the way that I'm picking up the wood. Okay, here's all the wood sawmilled. Let's put it in my truck and sell it in the wood drop-off. Alright, with all that said and done, we made just shy of $30,000, around $27,835 to be exact. And what I found is that if you include the entire tree every single time, and do that for all of the trees, you can obviously make more money doing that. I just included the largest pieces from the 8 or so trees that I had, so you can see how this can make you around $30,000 a trip, and having each trip take you around 20 minutes makes it around $100,000 an hour, give or take. If you get really good at this strategy, get really efficient, find a method that works for you, and more importantly, just do this over and over again and get better and better and quicker at it, you can potentially even make more money than that. But maybe around $100,000 an hour, maybe a little bit shy of that, maybe more of that if you get really good at this. It's kind of my estimate for how much this can make you per hour. Well, hopefully you found this video helpful, and hopefully it was entertaining and helpful and interesting. If it was, drop a like and leave any comments you may have in the comment section below, and turn on the bell for me so that you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Without further ado, stay tuned for next video, and I'll see you then. Peace out.